So Ariel, um, you seem familiar. Did I go to high school with you?
We did. I graduated Miami Senior High School back in 2018. I believe you graduated in 2015.
Yep. I am an old man.
Mario, how old are you?
23.
You're not old, bro. I'm 23. So before we get, I guess, started, Mario. So how do you know Ariel? Obviously high school, but like, did you guys interact?
Yes, quite a bit. He was part of GSA. I was part of GSA. So, of course.
What's GSA?
The Gay Straight Alliance. It was a club mostly about, gay inclusion. And, I was a very active member of it.
So why did you join?
I always support people who are different, Nadir. This is like asking the rain, why do you fall?
Have you ever asked why does it fall?
We also had our advisor was one of the
Marilena Diaz de Villegas. Yes,
correct. She was actually the chairperson of the student services department at the time, and we were both pretty close to her. So I guess that's a.
Do you guys have like a Miami High story, little funky little memory that you guys have together? Anything you recall?
Ariel, you take the lead on this one.
I would say I was a freshman when he was a senior, so I was still like kind of new to the school.
Because you're still a baby. You're still
So I remember him, but we didn't really like interact as much.
Okay. Well, Mario, second episode. How you feeling about it?
I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we're gonna get this off the ground. If it's been 2 episodes already, I am amazed at our capability of being able to do this. And I am honestly just in it to see for how long can we do this. So, second episode. This one is going to be a shorter length one due to, being recorded in the morning. Yeah, I get stuff done today with Ben Vamos.
We're doing an event and you're helping out, at the luncheon that we're doing with community newspapers. So I appreciate all your help. So, you're going to be going somewhere. How about we talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. Are you familiar with the state of Colorado? And it's named after the river.
The what river?
The Colorado River, which actually does flow through it at one point. However, the Colorado River is actually is incredibly interesting. You know that it's the most heavily regulated waterway in the world?
Well, why Colorado? Why is Colorado's waterways regulated?
Well, it's not Colorado as the state, Colorado the river. Because fundamentally, it's the only river that feeds the state of Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico.
That's the only water. Well, I mean, all those states are like mountains and deserts. So it's like
the only river, the only source of fresh water that those states have besides rain is the Colorado River.
How does he know this?
Well, they teach you this in
no, they don't teach that. No.
They actually do.
They don't. No,
they weren't paying attention.
No. I know I know a bunch about geography, but Mario, how do you know that?
It's just obvious. Fun fact: do you know that it's
not obvious?
Do you know that it's the river?
It is not obvious.
Do you know that it's actually the river that feeds into the Hoover Dam?
No, I did not know that. But what are you going to be doing apart from like river watching and you go tubing? You ever been tubing?
I've never been tubing actually.
But you know what that is, right?
Yeah, river tubing.
Dude, I've done it in Ginny Springs and tubing was chilling. So
I mean, I've tubed before and it is too fun for me.
Like too much fun that you can't do it?
No, I'm literally just dragged by the river. I end up in other countries.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Okay.
So you were tubing in a river and you somehow crossed international borders?
Yes, in the south of Costa Rica.
Oh, I can see how. Okay.
That's I ended up in Panama.
Right. Okay. I was like, damn, Mario. So why are you going to Colorado apart from appreciating its natural resources and its rivers?
Well, I'm not going there specifically for that. I am going to bird watch. No, I'm kidding. I'm there to, get myself ready for the project that's being launched here in Miami, to sign people onto, healthcare and hopefully, getting a tablet, but I'm more interested in getting people on the healthcare than I am about giving away electronic devices.
Okay. So, but give a little context, bro. I think we're not still fully understanding, like, why is it that you're going to be leaving? Why is it that you're taking a trip? You're a Miami native and now you're going to go to Colorado. Like, ¿qué está pasando?
I was asked to. Like, if and then how boring would The Hobbit be if, Bilbo, Gandalf comes up to him, hey, you want to go on an adventure? Nah, I'm good. Like
so adventure called and you picked up the cry. Ariel, you've done something like that before.
I have. So I've visited the Colorado project while Many of our colleagues were there, and definitely what I love most about what's being done over there is how we're actually helping the people and contributing positively to those communities that are actually in need of the information of where to go get a vaccine.
And I think you being able to speak Spanish, Mario, is going to help you a lot in your endeavors.
Bueno, sonaré como si estoy en un club silvestre, ¿o qué? Me esperan que soy como un anfitrión de soccer, ¿eh? ¿Qué ustedes esperan de mí?
That was. I think you spoke Portuguese on that one, bro. Moreover, you're gonna be in Aurora, right? And you're going to be going into these communities that don't necessarily have access to internet, knocking on their doors, talking to them about getting vaccinated. So, have you been vaccinated yet?
Yes, I have.
Why'd you get vaccinated? I mean, now you got 5G cellular service in you, so.
That's a good pro, That's how I got here today. Matter of fact, with my iPhone has perfect reception ever since then. So.
Ever since you got the vax. And we're going to give them cellular service. Oh, man. Okay, so when do you leave?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? We booked the tickets yesterday.
I know, but my short term is worse than my long term.
Okay, so we're leaving tomorrow at around 8.
Yes,
and we're gonna be there for about 2 weeks. What are you most excited about Colorado? Is it the rivers or are the mountains or?
I don't have that emotion in me. I have nervousness.
Why are you nervous?
There's always a certain thing about me, and that is, that I get anxious when I travel because since, I'm diabetic, I am on the spectrum, and plus due to my ADHD, I have to carry with me a Schedule 2 controlled substance.
Okay, tell me. I have no idea what that means. What do you mean a scheduled?
Okay, Schedule 2 literally means, it's illegal if you don't have a prescription, but if you have a prescription, you can do it. They'll let you get away with it.
You mean like taking medicine or like your EpiPen on the plane?
Yeah.
So before you board the plane, you have to show. I didn't know. Did you know?
Well, no. Basically, what he's saying is just he's gonna have it in his possession, and if they do question about it,
No. I don't like getting questioned, and I can explain myself the entire way through, but still, it's kind of uncomfortable to be going to a place you don't know. Like Aurora, and have TSA ask you, hey, so is this meant to be a weapon? Or are you trying to assassinate somebody?
I mean, they don't. I don't think they'll be so harsh
or stringent on it. But I see what you're saying that you have to almost always have that conversation.
Yeah, it's always an uncomfortable conversation. Which, hey, when you're on the spectrum, some conversations are uncomfortable conversations. In fact, most of mine are.
So, what last time you traveled, did you have to do that as well?
Believe it or not, I actually managed to get to the security agent in Juan Santa Maria without any major inconvenience.
Oh, that was in Costa Rica?
Yeah, I showed him the things. He looked at them, viewed that it was sealed, and said, good luck, Mr. Mirabal. Go right ahead.
Do planes make you nervous, or is it like...
Planes don't make me nervous. Ironically enough, the safest means of transportation we currently have is airplanes, so I don't get nervous on the airplane.
So you think you're safer in a plane than in a car, like a train? Or
yes. The only problem with a plane, and this is also the problem with a train, if you leave something behind, it stays behind.
Oh, but if you
there's no turning around.
But they don't. I mean, time out. They'll let Ariel do anything on a plane, though. Ariel is like first class. Like this guy. Yo, time out.
Ariel.
Yo, if you want travel advice, you need a hit of Ariel so Ariel, could you give some tips
Our
for
own
Mario's
local
flight?
Brian Kelly.
No. Time out. Like, if you need to get somewhere in the United States, Ariel could probably. Ariel has saved 2 of our coworkers in the past, but we're not even going to get into that one. But can you give some?
We need to get into that one. That is the story of the episode.
They have a pretty good lost and found system. I mean, if you leave something behind, they're gonna.
Have you ever lost something on a plane?
Yes, but I wasn't able to find it after.
Damn.
So, I mean, I don't really have a good story on that, but I would say... I
have a great story about losing things on airplanes, but it's not appropriate for families.
Not appropriate for families. So you feel me? We just PG-13 in it the whole way through the programming. So any tips or tricks for Mario? Do you like to do the little cosita around the neck?
What is that?
I don't know, like
The
pillow,
neck pillow.
the neck pillow.
I lost mine, and since I've been traveling so much, I haven't had a chance to buy one. But honestly, I just like go to sleep. I've been so tired lately that I
Yeah.
knock out.
Where was the last place you went to? It wasn't Denver, but I know you'd be out there to Denver though.
I was actually just in Tampa yesterday, and
Okay.
I flew there. So
You know, Tampa's been up and coming.
it is. It's actually one of the cities that are, you know, a lot of people are moving to.
Like I used to think Tampa was like whack, and then they won a Super Bowl, and now like look at it.
It's not just the Super Bowl thing. It's ultimately speaking that the real estate prices down here in Miami are extremely high. Hence, therefore, people prefer to go into the Tampa Bay area, which has always been an area that is slightly more stable and slightly more predictable than Miami. Because the biggest issue with the Miami real estate market is not so much the current prices, but the future prices. See, there's always the doom and gloom about global warming, but one thing that people don't tend to realize is that if we are finding ourselves in a real estate bubble, properties could lose half their value in 2 years.
Yo,
that makes a lot of
yo,
sense.
Mario, how do you do that, dude? I love it. I love it. Like you just out of nowhere drop some fire, like some grade A knowledge on real estate and housing. Yo,
I mean, he's saying honest.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like I was like, facts. Even you left Howard speechless. Howard's like, where did this come from? So Mario, what are you most looking forward to? Because you've done, you've done political canvassing. This project isn't really political canvassing. So, are you prepared to like not prepared, but more like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Well, at one point or another, I am going to have to visit the Oriental Theater of Denver.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to visit the Hunter S. Thompson Ranch.
What's the Hunter S. Thompson?
Hunter S. Thompson, legendary American author, founding father of gonzo journalism, and an all-around American legend. The man, if you've ever watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Have you watched that?
I have not.
I have not watched that either.
have you watched, I don't know, The Rum Diaries? Do you watch that?
Bro, I'll be real with you. Like, I am a Netflix Hulu shooter at this point. Like, and if I do watch anything, it's like anime. So,
Oh, man. Have you read Fear and Loathing, or have you read
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I have no clue. I wanna be here on this boat with you, bro. But I just don't.
I'm midway through Afghanistan
Howard.
here, okay? And I just crossed the border, Vietnam, Cambodia. I'm down the Mekong.
All right, we're missing the mark here, Mario. So I don't even know what to talk. Like we should have just stayed talking about real estate.
Yeah, we went from real estate to
So Cambodia. Is that where it was?
Yeah, we finished in Cambodia.
Would you go to Cambodia?
Yes.
What would be the first thing you would do in Cambodia, my boy?
Well, listen, the first thing I would do in Cambodia after finding myself a place where I won't contract malaria.
Table. Do you have a vaccine for that?
There is vaccines for malaria.
I mean, you're corona vaxxed, so I mean, hopefully it carries over.
No, it doesn't, because it's two different things. Malaria, in fact, is not even considered a bacterial infection. It's actually
Here we go.
Are you guys familiar with the eukaryotes, right? Anybody here remember biology?
Okay, I know a little bit about biology.
So essentially, malaria, to describe it in the way that Pasteur described it back when he, was looking at it under a microscope, it's a single-celled animal, because
Okay.
it is from the eukaryote, family.
Oh, eukaryotes and prokaryotes and all that stuff.
Bacteria are
It's coming.
prokaryotes.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Essentially, malaria is a parasite composed of one single eukaryote cell, which makes it extremely difficult to fight.
And that's why our corona vaccines are impervious to the malaria.
They're not
single-bodied.
It's like saying, we're gonna use lemons to power a Tesla. Which, hey, you could do it, but you're gonna need a lot of copper, and you're gonna need a lot of time, and you're
A
gonna
lot
need,
of lemons.
Let's just say that way too many lemons. We're talking about the entire surplus of lemons.
But the real question is, how much lemonade could you make from them lemons?
How much lemonade? Okay, so depends. Are we talking physical lemonade, or are we talking about money?
I think we're talking about physical.
I think we're talking about physical lemonade. So I'm glad that we clarified the metaphor. Mario, you got a minute. Maybe send some concluding words. Tell them what you're finna do in Colorado, because I don't think you actually have told them what you're gonna do yet.
Oh yes, I'm gonna be. And isn't it like the canvassing thing, trying to sign people up to healthcare and telling them, hey, you can go get vaccinated over there.
Mario, you are going to go into underrepresented communities, usually those that speak Spanish, and you're going to help them get registered to get vaccinated. The Mind of Mario episode 2. I
Mini
think
episode 1.5,
really 1.5.
1.75.
Really 1.5.
You-
No, Mario, this camera. That one. 1.5 really, but I think we're learning the mind of Mario and how it wanders and how it can reach certain places and just like make it its own. So we're really got to figure out how best to like, you know what I mean? Like trek the mind of Mario per se.
It is a dark, dangerous place.
But it's also a beautiful and brightly lit. And once you get to the places where you want to get to, oh boy, do you light that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting place. Mind of Mario, let's do it, baby.
Of course, I think this is cut.
Thank you for having us.